Hathras case has raised several alarms that need our immediate attention. This was a crime against a woman, a Dalit who was poor, not educated, and belonged to a rural area. This is India's Rising Crime. My name is Arun Singh, and today our focus remains on crimes against scheduled caste and scheduled tribes. But before that, let's quickly have a look at the headlines of the show. In Hathras case, the Agra forensic report confirms no rape. They says there were no signs of suggestive intercourse on the young Dalit woman who died days after being assaulted by men of her own village. In Gurugram, a 25-year-old woman was allegedly raped and brutally assaulted by 4 men. On Sunday, girl is admitted to a hospital after suffering from severe head injuries. A sex racket in Rajasthan Savai Madhopur involving local politicians from the BJP and the Congress has sent shockwaves in the city. This got busted after a minor claimed she had been sexually exploited by several men. The Central Bureau of Investigation began raids this morning in an alleged corruption case against Karnataka Congress chief DK Shivkumar in Karnataka, Mumbai and Delhi. Total 14 locations raided. Let's start the show with Hathras case, where forensic report from Agra says what UP police had also first claimed, that there are no signs of rape. Now, in its final report on Hathras victim, the Department of Forensic Medicine in Agra has said there were no signs of suggestive intercourse. It, however, said there was evidence of physical assault. The FSL report had stated that an investigation didn't find any sperm in the samples. And it was on the basis of FSL report that ADG UP Prashant Kumar made a statement denying rape in case on October 1st. But now, important thing to note down here is that doctors from Aligarh, a hospital in Aligarh where girl was first admitted, have raised some concerns over this very report.
इस परिवार की सुरक्षा हेतु स्थानीय पुलिस प्रशासन द्वारा सभी आवश्यक कदम उठाए गए हैं। इस घर के ठीक बाहर इनके 1.5 सेक्शन पीएसी 24 घंटे की शिफ्ट में वहां पे परमानेंट कैंप कर रही है। पीड़िता के भाई को 2 सुरक्षाकर्मी 24 घंटे उनको सुरक्षा देते हैं, जो उनके निजी सुरक्षाकर्मी के रूप में कार्य कर रहे हैं। इसके अतिरिक्त गांव में किसी भी प्रकार का तनाव व्याप्त ना हो, इसके लिए पर्याप्त मात्रा में पुलिस बल, जिसमें 15 पुलिस के जवान, 3 एसएचओ तथा 1 डिप्टी एसपी रैंक का अधिकारी लगातार 24 घंटे गांव में सुरक्षा ड्यूटी दे रहा है। तो इसके घर के आसपास 2 महिला सब इंस्पेक्टर तथा 6 महिला कांस्टेबल्स की ड्यूटी 24 घंटे 2 शिफ्टों में लगती है। इसके अतिरिक्त दिन के समय आवाजाही लोगों के बढ़ने पे अतिरिक्त फोर्स भी सुरक्षार्थ हेतु लगाया जाता है। मजिस्ट्रेट्स की ड्यूटी भी शिफ्ट वार इस गांव में लगाई जाती है और समय समय पर इन सुरक्षा उपायों की समीक्षा उच्चाधिकारियों द्वारा भी की जा रही है।
Let me remind you, we'll be discussing atrocities against scheduled caste and scheduled tribes in the show today. That was SP Vineet Jain, who was talking how the family is being provided protection. Coming back to the report that has come from Agra now, as I said earlier as well, doctors from Aligarh Hospital, where the girl was admitted first, have raised concerns over what the report has said. Let's listen in to the doctor from same hospital.
डॉक्टर साहब, विक्टिम का जो यहाँ स्टेटमेंट मेडिकल कॉलेज में हुआ है, वो भी क्या उतना ही ज़रूरी है?
देखिए, उस स्टेटमेंट को नॉन डिक्लेरेशन कहते हैं। ये इंडियन एविडेंस एक्ट सेक्शन 32 के अंतर्गत जो है दर्ज कराया जाता है। इसमें जो है मजिस्ट्रेट की मौजूदगी में और मेडिकल ऑफिसर की मौजूदगी में जो है ये रिपोर्ट, ये बयान दर्ज कराया जाता है। ये पूरी तरह से जो है कोर्ट में वैलिड है और इसको जो है साक्ष्य माना जाएगा। इस बात में जो है जब उसने ये बयान दिया तो इस बात को हमेशा से कई सारे केसेस में अभी तक माने गए हैं, इसमें भी माना जाएगा।
We have Alok Pandey joining us on more details. Alok, there was a lot of outrage when the ADG had first said that it's not a case of rape, and now after this report is also made public, doctors from Aligarh Hospital have also started raising concerns.
Well, you're right. In fact, I think we're going to have to listen to the specific bite of that doctor that we'll just play out after I just speak about this case a little. So, in fact, I think, Arun, it would be a good idea to also hear the other bite of the doctor specifically on the FSL report, and then we'll do a short discussion. So, if we can just play that out also.
रेप की पुष्टि आगरा की रिपोर्ट किसी भी कीमत पे कर भी नहीं सकती। अगर उसमें स्पर्म आता या स्पर्म ना आता तब भी रेप की पुष्टि वो उस रिपोर्ट से बिल्कुल नहीं होती। क्यों? क्योंकि वो सिर्फ एक इन्वेस्टिगेशन है। रेप की पुष्टि तो कोर्ट करेगी। बहुत सारी चीज़ें हैं, बहुत सारी इन्वेस्टिगेशन है, वो जब उसके सामने रखा जाएगा तब वो उस चीज़ की पुष्टि करेगी कि रेप हुआ है कि रेप नहीं हुआ है। और मैं आपको बता दूं, जो एडीजी लॉ एंड ऑर्डर ने इस पे लेकर के बयान दिया है, इसको कोर्ट को स्वतः संज्ञान लेकर के उनके खिलाफ कार्रवाई करनी चाहिए। इस तरह से बयान बिल्कुल नहीं दिया जा सकता। लेकिन मैं कहना चाहूँगा कि जो है ना वो तो एफएसएल की रिपोर्ट रेप की पुष्टि कम्प्लीटली कर पाएगी, ना वो ऑटोप्सी की रिपोर्ट कम्प्लीटली जो है रेप की पुष्टि कर पाएगी, ना जो है एमएलसी की रिपोर्ट। ये सारे एक सबूत हैं जो पेश होंगे, वो कोर्ट से ही सब डिसाइड होगा। मैं कहना चाहूँगा कि क्रिमिनल अमेंडमेंट एक्ट 2013 के बाद से बहुत सारी जो है रेप की डेफिनेशन में बड़े पैमाने पे तब्दीली हो गई है। उसके बहुत सारे पॉइंट हैं कि इसके बेसिस पे इस इंसिडेंस को रेप कहा जाएगा या नहीं कहा जाएगा।
Well, so I think that was a very important soundbite that we just heard, Arun. The thing is, the issue is that the police here seems to be using one report, a forensic report, an important report nevertheless, but still just using that report to make statements like there has been no rape in this entire case. Now, the doctor there, Mr. Malik, has explained it in great detail, Arun, about how a forensic report is not the only thing that you can use in a criminal case to establish rape versus not establishing it. There is one more aspect of the case that we should be discussing, which is the fact that the woman was admitted to a hospital in Aligarh, Arun, on the 14th of September. She made her first statement about rape on the 22nd of September, 8 days later. That's what the police says. The police claimed that they immediately added the gang rape section to the FIR and then proceeded to take her samples. In that FSL report, which we have and which is on air, you can clearly see that the laboratory there writes that they received the samples on the 25th of September. So the day that she was admitted, 14th, and the day the samples were received by the forensic laboratory, 25th, there's an 11-day gap. Now, there are many doctors who are saying that this 11-day gap is critical and that a kind of finding that you could make if the samples were tested quickly, say within 72 hours of the incident actually happened, versus a sample that you are testing 11 days after, there will be different results, and that therefore this forensic report cannot be made the gospel truth, which is something that the ADG Law and Order here or the UP police seem to be trying to do, and that is the line that is being pushed, and that is what seems to be jarring, and that is why so many questions continue to be raised over this case, Arun. And I think it is because of the reporting of people like you and your colleagues across channels and newspapers in Hathras that we are raising these very, very valid questions that need to be raised and asked.
Well, thanks to you as well, Alok, for the reporting. But one last question, as the doctor also pointed that there can be multiple reports, but they can't prove a rape, as all these reports will have to be corroborated and then will be heard in the court of law.
Well, you're absolutely right, which is why, everyone has been wondering why, you see, there has been this insistence or this rush to prove a no rape situation in the case. I mean, see, why do we report it? When this happened, when we got to know about it, we got in touch with the now suspended SP, Mr. Vikrant Veer, and at that point, the information that he had was that this woman has alleged rape and that they have added sections of gang rape, and that the people who are involved, accused, have been arrested. That formed the basis of our initial reporting. Then you had the mismanagement and the kind of gundagardi, for the want of a better expression of word, that the UP government and the UP police unleashed on the ground in Hathras. Given that situation and given the fact that they cremated a body at 2:30 am, allegedly without the consent of the family, raises grave questions and doubts on the entire process, and all that we are doing as a responsible media channel and all of our counterparts are raising those questions that need to be raised.